we haven't had an opportunity here to really talk about the income opportunity with Positive Prime. If you know about network marketing or direct sales, I know in my company, I was paid 5% on the first level, 5% on the second level, and 5% on the third level. You know, we're talking about huge profits here at 50% and 10% and 5%. And it adds up, and it's passive income. I'm not giving up my business. I'm going to still be Dana Wilde, you know, brain trainer, author, train your brain, podcaster, all of the things that I do. But this can be a huge, massive, passive stream of income coming in for anybody who wants to educate themselves and share it for free with people. That's all you have to do. And so I really recommend this leader level, this coach level, because it gives you the opportunity to really dive deep and learn a lot. Somebody asked earlier, one of the questions was, I noticed that I can upgrade for the $159, and do I have to get the coach today? Will the price be the same? This price is not going to be the same. It's going to be the same till the end of the month. And so I would highly recommend getting in on this right now and upgrading right now. So let's try to tackle some of these questions. For those of you that do have to go, I appreciate you upgrading, and I can't wait to see you on the bonus call that we do together. We are going to have so much fun on the bonus call, and we'll really be able to dig deep into a lot of different ways to use this for our own personal lives, get our families and kids and people on board, but also to share this with others. Craig had a really good question about the leader level, Kim, that I think you're kind of planning already. Craig, if you're still here, I'm going to hit this one now. He's wondering if it's possible to provide some scripts or trainings in 30, 60, or 90-minute form that for people who want to share this in a bigger way. Do you see that happening eventually in the back office for the people who are affiliates?
I do see that happening, Dana. And I also see that we are going to have, as we already do, an enormous variety of people who are involved in our professional level. They're kinesiologists, hypnotherapy experts, they're massage therapists, they're health retreat owners. They're also psychologists, best-selling authors of completely unrelated programs. One could be about leadership, one could be about business, one could be about emotional intelligence. It goes on and on and on and on and on. What you've done today is extraordinary. Like anything, until you start to practice the way that you explain it in your own words, you won't actually have a resonance that's a really genuine and sincere and authentic connection with who you're actually communicating with. So I would say that even if you were provided with the script, no matter what, it has to be you living and breathing it so that people really feel your sincerity, right? They actually understand it as you relate it to them, because it's not about how you present it because of who you are. It's about how you present it because of who they are, right?
Yeah.
So it's
it's a really good point. And we've talked about some interesting things, Kim and I, you know, for some of you who are more experts in local business too and things like that, there are opportunities here that I hadn't even thought of, you know, companies that want their whole company to use it, and education opportunities. And, you know, we all have access to people who are in positions of authority in like the real world, like outside of the entrepreneurial world. So there are lots of huge opportunities here. And Craig, the person that wrote this, is a hypnotherapy certified, and you're right, this is a really good fit with that too. Any of those, any of the personal transformation modalities, if you're in that, having your own Positive Prime session at the coach level will benefit your business greatly. I think there's some question here on the
Can I just add one little baby thing?
Oh, please.
If you would like to earn 50%, 10%, and 5% over 3 levels on the professional programs, whether somebody buys just the certification or somebody buys just a session that's integrated into their website, like a school wants to buy it for their own personal intranet for students, etc., etc., etc. If you want to earn 50, 10, and 5 on the professional services for commercialization, etc., The reality is you have to be a professional in order to earn that. So we don't really want ever for people to go out there and sell, promote, influence with respect to PositivePrime and its professional applications without you actually having completed the certification program.
Great idea.
And so there is an exponential upside if you're a management consultant and you really excel in leadership development, or you excel in these other kinds of areas. You will probably be able to integrate this as one of the offerings as a consultant, and you could potentially make a fortune from introducing PositivePrime into companies. We've got a couple of people who are already consultants acting in that capacity that I work very closely with, because that's a lot of the work that I'm doing now in institutions and organizations and corporates and businesses and so forth. Right.
So very, very good. Okay, these I think are some easy answers that I don't know. Phil wants to know, he doesn't have a cell phone or a Windows or Mac computer. He uses a computer that has Linux. Can he still use this?
I'd have to investigate. I'm not actually quite sure. That's the truth. I don't actually quite know.
So Phil, send an email to support@positiveprime.com and Naomi will get back to you on that one. Rhonda wants to know if she can use PayPal.
You can absolutely use PayPal. If you would like to use PayPal, please support@positiveprime.com and Mayumi will send you a very special link. We are actually going to activate the paying via PayPal in the upgrade account area, probably within about a week. So it'll be there. It's been hectic, even trying to get this all up and running.
You knew I'm like, we're doing this. She told me about it and I'm like, we're doing this right now. How soon can we do this? She's like, oh my God, I better get my coders on the phone.
Our software engineers, our computer programmers, our developers, I have to tell you, they're absolute sweethearts. Not only are they brilliant, and I am so fortunate and blessed, I finally found full stack people that just are exceptional, but they have literally not slept for more than 2 hours a night for days and days.
I can believe it. Oh my gosh, I just love them. They make me so happy. It's so good. So Dr. Margaret Evan now says she's already working on her certification and her PositivePrime session, but her level that she's paying for monthly is the signature level. Does she still considered a leadership professional? Does that matter? Does it have to be the $159 or can it be the $19.99 a month for the certification?
It could be the $159 annually, which is only available to you anyway. But or beyond the 31st of July, anybody who ever wants to be a professional must be a VIP first, which will be at $359. So Dr. Margaret, let us help you out personally. I can jump on the phone or Zoom, or Mayumi can help you. I think you'll probably be best served at a recurring $159 per year rather than 20
It's a better
months.
deal.
However, having said that, quite frankly, there are lots of things that I manage cash flow for, as you would know, Dana, with like really significant large businesses. I often choose the monthly option because it's actually about best business practices.
Agreed. I do too often. So I'm sure Mayumi and Kim will be able to sort you out. Just write to them at support@PositivePrime. By the way, that reminds me, and I don't know why I forgot to say this earlier, but it's really important. Think about being an affiliate, having a referral link and being able to share this. And I mentioned like you're paying $19.99 a month and you get 2 people and they, pay for your membership pretty much because you referred 2 people. Well, remember, you might also refer somebody who gets the leader program for $1,000, buys the coach certification, becomes a professional. And now you get a $500 referral fee and you've just been plugging along, paying your $20 a month just so that you get all those awesome upgrades and the family thing and you're sharing your referral link. So even though you can replace yourself just with 2 people, you can also make a whole lot of money even with just 1 sale. So just saying. Stacy wants to know, can you watch 2 different ones every day, like health and abundance? I can answer that. And the answer is yes, yes, yes. Kim, I know you agree. And if that's wrong, holler back. Was that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, depending upon how dramatically and radically you want to transform your life, You can watch as many sessions as you like for as long as you like. Here's a true story. On some weekends, I will actually put on a super mix, which is 4 or 5 sessions mixed and merged together with all of my personalization. I will put it down to speed 2 or 3 and it will go for hours. And I will basically sit there as if I was reading a book or listening to music, and I would let it just flow over and through me. And from a quantum physics point of view, it's filling up the room and the space. And so, you know, like, I've got huge, ambitious, hairy, scary contributions to make in the world, right? So quite frankly, I'm going to watch at least 3 sessions a day, and I'm going to spend at least 30 minutes to an hour a day. But that's because I'm an intense human being. Right?
Yeah, right. I get that. I totally get that. And we saw Heather had the great idea of putting it on your TV and just letting it play in the background. Diane Morton, thank you so much for these numbers. She said she found the answer with 1,000 pictures. There are an incredible number of sequences. It's a number that is, the number itself is 2,568 digits long. So that tells you how many different, and you're right, I love that. Okay, so somebody wants to know, how long after using the program can you see great results? Here's the thing, as far as I can tell a couple of things. I'll let Kim jump in because she's the expert on this, but I can tell results immediately after I use it. And the result being the most important thing, which is the result in my mood, which therefore creates my other results. So, and the test that's been done, as you saw from Sean Aker, they tested in even 3 minutes, the results last for 8 hours. The other thing I can tell you is that results in the physical world, that is what I think you're referring to, your reticular activating system in your brain will kick in within 72 hours. And so if you are saying positive mantras or watching Positive Prime or making something a positive focus in your life that you're thinking about in a positive way for 72 hours, after 72 hours, your reticular activating system starts showing you the evidence that it's true. So you start seeing the evidence that this is working very, very quickly. The actual thing you're trying to manifest, that's different for everybody, and I can't answer that. Kim, maybe you have a different answer than that, but I think if you use this once, you'll see that you have the positive effect immediately.
You know, divine timing is a very interesting phenomenon, and here's what I have witnessed. Dana, you'll know this. Both of us have coached thousands of people, and we've been doing this for a long time. What is in the best interests of your higher self will occur first, whilst the universe is reorganizing and reorchestrating all of the circumstances, situations, and people necessary. I'll give you an example. Years ago, I had a photograph of a round house, and I actually had photographs of the area, and I used to tell people, in fact, one of my really good friends, Annie, we'd walk up this road and I'd say, gosh, I love that house. And one day I'd love to have a house, maybe that house or a house like it in an area like this. I live in a house right now that is of the same architect, that is created mathematically perfectly to the Fibonacci series, which of course is, you know, God's thumbprint if you're into quantum physics. It's a Nautilus, and it's absolutely mathematically precise. It has a real magic about it. And there's a lot of sacred stories about this particular estate that we bought. Here's the funny thing. I had to manifest the man of my dreams in order to actually receive the house of my dreams, right? Now, had I wanted the house before the man, never would have happened. I could not live on this estate without Cameron. He is really super clever. He's a fancy tax accountant and lawyer who actually got into a construction company. He retired, and now he gardens. And we have acres and acres and acres of gardens and millions of trees, right?
Isn't that great?
So, I have to tell you, I couldn't live here. We don't have any access to town water. We have only rainwater that's filtered. I needed a man who was really smart and clever and great with his hands. And he didn't even know how to use those ride-on tractors. He had to learn on YouTube how to use all this farm equipment. If it wasn't Cameron, I couldn't live here. And last year he had a quadruple bypass, like open heart surgery. And I said to him a week after coming out of intensive care, mate, if something had happened to you, like seriously, I would have had to replace you quick smart, because I couldn't live at home without a man like you. So you're not to go anywhere, all right?
Your usefulness is apparent. So good. Oh, it's funny. So for those of you that have questions about prorating or different levels or things like that, please do write to support@positiveprime.com to get the answers to that, because they would be best best equipped to answer that. There is also the question about if you are at the $19.99 a month level, can you share the affiliate link and get referrals on it? And the answer is yes. Right, Kim?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is
So
yes.
as soon as you are a signature member at $19.99 a month, or you are a VIP, your link is activated for you to earn commissions. Now, let's be super clear. Even if you were free and you were out there sharing your link with lots of people, right? If one of those people pays and you haven't paid, no, you don't earn commission. You must be activated and qualified as a prerequisite, subscriber yourself, right? So that's something that you really need to understand. It's exactly the same for the professional program. Someone's asked me to clarify. You must be a professional in order to actually earn from the professional level, right? So you need to have invested in becoming a professional, even at that monthly installment plan. Once you finish that monthly installment plan, I think it runs for about 16, 17 or 18 months. Then, quite frankly, you're done and dusted, and all you need to do is maintain your VIP subscription. However, the point is you can't actually earn the $500 from a $997 unless you're at least in the program. Now, you don't have to have paid $997 up front. You can be paying the monthly installment. So you can actually choose the professional level, pay the monthly installment, and then earn your $500, but also then your 10% or your 5% on other people who, I want you to actually literally manifest for yourself coaches who coach coaches as part of your team. Woo! Now we're partying.
And for those of you who do upgrade at any level, when we do our group call together, I've got a spreadsheet that I'll show you for how the money will add up just by sharing the free tool and having people upgrade. It's incredible. The other question that came in, and I can answer this, if you I'm saying it verbally so that anybody listening on replay can get this. If you invested $159, so you put the code Dana in and you got the $159 a year, it won't go up next year to $359. It will stay at $159 every year. So you want to use that code and get that price because it'll stay the same every single year. In regard to the certification program, it will be available. Catherine was wondering if it's going to be available, but the price is increasing. The coach level is increasing from $997 to $1,500 because they're adding a bunch of client management tools and coaching resources and things like that. So if you want to get in at the early bird, grandmothered in price, you want to get in at that either $997 or $59 a month now, because the price is going up. So I hope that answers it. If there's any questions on that, give a holler back. I think, the last question on the credits, I can answer as well. Even as a free user, like everybody here has already got this option. When you watch a session, you get credits for watching the session and they add up and you can eventually buy a session. So even, let's say you say there's just absolutely no way I can upgrade. Eventually, over time, you'll stack up enough credits, you can add another session to what you have. But I think it's become very apparent that the level, upgrade for sure at $999 if you're only interested in you using this just yourself and nobody in your family and nobody else in your world, so that you can add those pictures and you can get the personalization and that dopamine hit and the manifestation that comes from it. But $19.99 is, or even better, the $159 a year, which is cheaper, is the place to be, because that's when you get all the benefits of bringing your whole family in and sharing it and all that stuff. So I think, let's see if we've answered anything else. Catherine, I think you got your question answered, right? And so the certification program is not going away, if that's the question. The price is going up for the coaching level. That's all.
Great question about the $159 offer. Absolutely, yes, there is a deadline because One thing we need to understand is that my amount of time to do one-on-one consultations is not infinite, all right? So the truth is it's about respecting my schedule, and it's about my availability. So literally, as soon as the spots have run out, they've run out. Now, having said that I do have a lot of capacity that I have made available. So if I was you, if you have team members or colleagues or friends or connections who you want to really share all of the rewards, benefits, discounts, bonuses with, make sure you speak to them within the next 24 hours and make sure you get them to act within 24 hours, because I dare say the number of availability will decrease over a week. I promise though, I will leave the 159 available until the end of the month. Okay?
Yay! Thank you, ma'am. That's so nice.
Affiliates, so that you can actually earn a small fortune. Some of you will have 10 leaders in your organizations who will then have 10 leaders in their organizations. And by the end of the month, you could probably have assured yourself of about $1,500 worth of income monthly on a recurring basis, right? So yeah. I want to help facilitate that. Dana and I are here to support you. We want to encourage you to go out there and create your dreams and make a fortune and have some fun and be really lighthearted. And there'll be people like me who run awesome workshops where we just have a whole heap of like real play, where we're just sitting together with our computers and uploading, and we're inspiring each other. And, you know, in order to turn up to that workshop, we'll charge $200, out of which we'll tell them at the beginning of the workshop, hey, you need to go now pay yearly for the $19.99 option. There'll be some of us who make this just a part of what we do, and that's what we're doing. I'm adding this to part of our onboarding, because I know that anybody who comes into the Train Your Brain Sandbox, if they're using this tool, it's going to make me look good. And so that's the thing. We're making it as part of our onboarding process, because it's just only going to benefit my business for people to be using this. So, and especially because I've got my own session that I created. So they're going to be getting indoctrinated into Train Your Brain, which is great. So, oh my gosh, Kim, this is just so good. And I appreciate when I look at the number of people that are still here, like I just feel so blessed that you have graced us with your presence for this length of time. It is so generous of you to come here and hang out with us, and for Kim to be here at this hour in Australia. Sally, you too. All of you who are staying up late in Europe to sit and be here and be a part of this and listen to this. It just means the world to me that you're part of this sandbox. For those of you that have upgraded, I will reach out to you. Probably, I'm thinking third week in July. I'm going to give it a little time to make sure everybody's in, and then I'll reach out to everybody and we'll announce the date that we'll meet as a group and get together and go over all of these things. I really hope you've taken time to go to either danawilde.com/prime and register, or use the link with the person who referred you to this session to get the free tool. And then do go in and sign in and go to the upgrade account and upgrade while you can. This is obvious why it's not a forever deal to be able to do the $159 a year. That's a $359 a year program that you will get forever for $159 a year with the code Dana. Much less than you getting TV or Netflix or a massage or all sorts of different things that we do for self-care, and much more benefit. I think this is so generous of Kim to do this, because she's giving her most valuable resource, her time, with this. So it makes me really, really happy. And Kim, I feel so blessed that you're in my life, and I thank you so much for being here and spending time with us. I'm so excited for where this is going to go. I feel like this that we did together today, and for those of you that signed up, this is a direct result of me using Positive Prime. This is a result that I was looking for, the result of being able to bring this out to the world in a bigger way. So, mwah. I adore you all. We'll see you soon. I'll see you next month. Bye, everybody.